Sean Webb. I'm the Director of Community Engagement and the Educational Foundation for Desert Sands Unified School District. And we are here tonight for the Future Freshman Night for La Quinta High School for the class of 2026. Before we move on and have that, I want to go ahead and thank all the sponsors that allow this to happen for the Educational Foundation to host on this platform. And I also want to thank the school district, Prep Sports Weekly, who sponsors and works with us all the time, CoachellaValley.com, as well as thank you to the City of Indio, who supplied us with a community grant to make this happen and allow this to happen. But without any else from me, I'm going to go ahead and bring on Mrs. Aguirre, and we'll get this show on the road. Good afternoon, Ms. Aguirre. It's all yours.
Hi, Sean. Good evening. Thanks for having us.
You got it. No problem. Thank you.
Welcome, class of 2026. We're excited to have you here with us. My name is Mrs. Aguirre, and I am one of the assistant principals here at La Quinta High School, and I oversee the counseling department. All of our counselors are going to be joining us just in a few minutes to share some exciting things that you have to look forward to at La Quinta High School. Before we do that, I'd like to share some outstanding highlights that La Quinta High School has to offer you as a freshman student and for the next 4 years. La Quinta High School is an international baccalaureate IB school with 22 AP and IB course offerings. We are also an AVID school. We have CTE programs, which are career technical education programs and opportunities for students in culinary arts, medical health academy, public service academy, IT academy, multimedia arts, and the Air Force Junior ROTC. La Quinta High School is also a California Distinguished School, a California Gold Ribbon School. The class of 2021 had 123 senior scholars graduating in white, earning a 4.0 GPA or higher. Class of 2021 had awarded scholarship money of $1.8 million from various scholarships for them to attend the universities of their choice. We had numerous Division I NCAA athletic scholarships, and we graduated over 98% of our students during a pandemic. We are excited to have you all here, and I'd like to introduce our lead counselor, Miss Maribel Beltran, and she'll be introducing the rest of our counseling staff.
Hi, everyone. So I'm going to introduce Miss Alice Peterson. Miss Alice Peterson has last names A through CE. Miss Michelle Morales, and she has GAY through Lopez F. Mr. Alfonso Olachea, he has Ortega through Sam. And then we have Miss Elba Pena, and she has last names Lopez G through ORO. And then Mr. Philip No, who has last names Sanchez through Z. And I'm going to be talking to you about what the counseling department, how we serve you students. And we provide academic support. We are here for social emotional support. We also have an MFT on campus, Miss Elena Labastida and Miss Arlene Faldoa, who is our Tier 2 SAP counselor. And we will introduce them to you when you get here and, during our first couple of days. I know we'll have some days when you can meet them. We also are here for college and career guidance, social and emotional support, financial aid and scholarship support, academic advisement, and to just help you, guide you through the process of finding a career, conflict resolution, and of course, to help your transition from middle school to high school. Please keep in mind that now you're going to be in high school, you're going to have a lot more independence. You are going to be more involved, and we want you to be more involved in the different clubs and programs that we have here available at LQ. We want to remind you to be responsible. It is the student's job to, just be an exceptional LQ student. And, we just want to welcome you to La Quinta High School. So I'm very happy to be part of this counseling team. Please come by and say hi. And now I'm going to introduce, there it is, Ms.
Hi, Ms. Beltran. What we did is we have a couple of our students here tonight. And so I'm going to first introduce our freshman class president, Kai Jackman, Kai is one of our outstanding scholars here at La Quinta High School, and he's here to talk with you as incoming freshmen about his experiences here at La Quinta High School. Welcome, Kai. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing pretty good.
It's good to have you here. Thank you for being with us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Go ahead. So, if you don't mind, could you tell us a little bit about your experience and share a few words with our incoming freshmen?
Yeah. So I love high school. It's great. I don't think it'd be as great if I didn't join the clubs and the extra activities I do on the side. So like my biggest recommendation to you guys would be join a club if that's like ASB or something else. It's great. It's a great way to get out there, make new friends. Joining a team, like I'm a part of track and field and cross country, I've made so much different friends that way. But yeah, get yourself out there, join clubs, join teams, try something new. It's a great way, and you'll love high school.
So, Kai, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you run before you joined the cross country team?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
And running is fun?
It is. Yes, it is.
No, I agree. I ran cross country too. I think it's a great opportunity. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. If you don't mind, will you stick around for a few minutes to see if we have any questions from the viewers?
Yeah.
Okay. While we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and bring up Kylie Borgen, who is our ASB Executive President. And Kylie has a few words for us as well.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Kylie. How do I make you the star? There we go. Kylie, what would you like to share with the incoming freshman class?
Hi. So, I'm Kylie Morgan. I'm a senior here at La Quinta High School, and I'm the ASB Executive President. And one of my favorite things about La Quinta High School is how there's pretty much something for everyone there. There's so much going on, so much you can be involved in. And kind of like how Kai said, like, I recommend be involved in something. Personally, I've been part of ASB for 4 years, and that's something I enjoy. Student leadership, having events for the school, that's something I've always loved doing. So if you love doing that, I definitely recommend ASB. Also, I've kept myself busy with sports. I've done volleyball, basketball, and track. And I tell this to, I think, every single freshman I meet is try a sport. Like, it doesn't matter if maybe you've never tried water polo, you don't even know how to swim. Just go out and try it. Try something. There's so many different sports you can choose from. And most sports have 3 levels, so freshman level, JV, varsity. So there's lots of spots, lots of opportunities to be part of those sports. Other things they have is the academies, culinary, medical health, ROTC. There's a few more. And I know I'm not part of them, but all of my friends that are part of them, they all love them, have enjoyed them, have great experiences with them. And also we have clubs. I feel like there's a club for everything at our school. There's like all the way to like anime club to fashion club. Whatever your interests are, I'm sure that it'll fit in one of the clubs that we have. Or you can even make your own club if you want.
I'm really glad you mentioned all of that, Kylie, because that's what we're here for tonight. Is we want to make sure that all of the current 8th graders that are coming here to be a Blackhawk with us, they know what types of programs are out that we have here to offer, what types of clubs are on campus, and how they can become part of our community. So I'm so glad you mentioned all of that. We're going to go ahead. Kylie, did we cut you off? Did Kylie have a few more words?
I want to say she lost connectivity because she's not even on my screen either.
I was like, she disappeared. But Kylie is such a great student and an integral part of our campus. She really is involved. And that's what it's all about. We're a Blackhawk family. And so tonight we want to share with you not only how you can make that transition from 8th grade to high school, how you as the parents can support your student, but also what can you expect here from La Quinta and from the counseling department. So that is our goal with you tonight. And we're going to have Mr. Alfonso Olachea talk with you a little bit more about how we're going to make that transition happen.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for attending our our future freshman night. So yeah, just to jump right into it. So our counseling team, in order to help maneuver through the different opportunities that students have here, our counseling team has put together a website for future freshmen That way you can get a clear visual of what programs are offered, what classes they can look into taking. I don't know if we're going to pull up the website, hopefully, but on this website, we have all the pathways that we offer here, the different expectations for each pathway and program. And then along with that, we do what's called transition meetings. So in these transition meetings, we meet with our students. We create what's called a 4-year plan where students can visually see what classes they will be taking, depending on their interests and their goals. And we do our best to make sure, they're taking the classes they want, the classes they're required to take for, let's just say if they're looking to take an AP class or an IB class. We want to make sure every student is accommodated according to their needs. And with the transition meeting, we also complete through Google Forms. We're able to choose the classes. That way, we give students, if they request a certain elective, we're able to best suit their needs based on what we have available. Let's see. So these 4-year plans that we will start meeting with our 9th graders will start on April 12th. And here's an example. Oh, never mind. So our transition meetings will start on April 12th. And for transfer students, the deadline will be on the 26th of this month. So any students interested in transferring, you'll need to get on that because that's in like 3 days. But let's see if they load up here. So here's an example of a 4-year plan. Every year students take English. We have our math classes, our science classes, our history classes. In there, we embed the foreign language paths and the performing arts for A through G eligibility. And then we also have the 2 years of PE that are required. And then students are also available to take electives. So speaking on the graduation requirements, I'm going to pass this over to Mr. No, who will talk a little bit more about graduation and requirements.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks, Mr. Olechea. So as Mr. Olechea mentioned, I'm going to just spend a few quick minutes talking about the graduation requirements that every student needs to meet in order to receive a high school diploma from La Quinta High School. So basically, there's 2 things. Every student needs to complete at least 220 credits. And within those 220 credits, there are certain subject areas that every student needs to meet. So beginning with English, as Mr. Olechea mentioned, every student at La Quinta High School needs to be enrolled in English all 4 years. So basically 40 credits of English needs to be completed, which again, students would be able to basically meet as they progress through every year of high school. In addition to the English, they also need to complete 30 credits of math. And our math sequence is typically Math 1, or it's Math 1 as a freshman, Math 2 as a sophomore, and then there are some options once they reach their junior and senior years. Every student needs to complete 20 credits of science, one of the years being a life science and one of the years being a physical science. Freshmen typically do not take a history class their freshman year, but they do need to complete, every student needs to complete 30 credits of history. So the sequence of our history classes you can see there, it would be world history that they would take as a sophomore, US history as a junior, and then half a year of government and half a year of economics that they would complete their senior year. 1 year of a fine art or foreign language does need to be completed by every student, as well as 2 years of PE, which we encourage all of our students to complete their first 2 years of high school. That way, when they reach their junior and senior years, they're able to choose from different electives that La Quinta High School offers. So aside from those academic content areas, students are required to take 70 elective credits as well, which would complete their 220 credits. So those are the La Quinta High School graduation requirements. And right now, I believe I'm going to hand it off to Mrs. Morales, who is going to talk about our A through G and college and career readiness.
Thank you, Mr. No. So I wanted to point out there's a bit.ly at the bottom of the screen. So if you have a question and you're watching, go ahead and feel free to submit using the bit.ly that's on the screen. Or if you're watching on YouTube, you can go ahead and post your question in the comments. And what we're going to do is go ahead and address any of those questions at the end of the presentation. Sean Webb also, if he sees a question as it's being posted that's pertains to the content we're talking about, he'll go ahead and let us know so we can answer those for you too. So we want to make sure this is an interactive opportunity for all of you at home, since we weren't able to be on campus with you all tonight. Before I go into that, just as a reminder, we will have opportunities for all of you to come on campus, take a tour, see the facilities, see, the amazing gym and the kitchens and the CTE programs that we have prior to the start of the school year. So you will all be getting information about that in the summer with the dates and the specifics regarding the walkthroughs for the incoming freshmen. So we want to see you here. We just couldn't make that happen right away. And we're trying to be precautious at this time. So to piggyback on Mr. No, so we want to set you up, and we will be talking with you guys about your graduation requirements, your 4-year plans. All of our incoming 9th graders are going to have a digital graduation plan and copies of those graduation requirements when they meet with us in the transition meetings we talked about. But another thing we wanted to prepare you for is, we really encourage college and career readiness here. So meeting the A through G college requirements is a big part of being college and career ready. So here in the state of California, the 4-year colleges require students to meet what we refer to as A through G. So all of the subject areas correlate with the letter in the alphabet. And what the research will show is that students who are meeting A through G eligibility, they've taken all the courses and received grades of C or better, they're not only eligible to apply directly to 4-year colleges, but these are students that do better in transitioning to the workforce. They do better in transitioning on in a 2-year college. So they really are developing those problem-solving skills and the work ethic that it takes to be successful anywhere that they choose to go after they leave La Quinta High School. So to quote my friend, Ms. Peterson here, we are preparing students and we encourage them to meet the A through G requirements in order to either enlist in the military, enroll in a secondary education, or to get employed out in the workforce. So that's one of our primary goals here at La Quinta High School. And then I am going to share this opportunity and have Ms. Pena join us next.
Hey everyone. Next up, I really want to talk about our academic recognition. Just some highlights as far as making sure that if ever you need help with your academics, reach out to us. We're here to support. Definitely, we like to recognize anyone for what they earn here. So when we're earning our grades, I would highlight that we would want to check out our academic recognition. It is on our website. It'll highlight what you could earn as far as every semester by passing your grades with straight A's, your 4.0, you would earn a summa cum laude for the semester. Or if you maintain that for both semester, you would get that honor for that academic year. Some of the things that you're seeing right here as far as the photos, your freshman year, if you maintain your grade point average over a 3.5 for both semesters, you actually would earn your letter and your lamp. Then the next year, you would continue to the next award, every year getting the opportunity to earn a different award all the way to your senior year where you would get a medal. I would also like to highlight that in addition to that, one of the best honors too is getting to graduate in all white, in the cap and gown in all white, because you earned a 4.0 weighted grade point average for all your semesters up to your senior year, 7th semester. So that's always something to look out to. So definitely reach out to us if you have any questions in regards to how to make sure we're passing all of our classes, challenging yourself, and even more so to highlight any of the accomplishments you can get. Above all, we want you to challenge yourself and definitely get praise for all of you accomplish. And I'm next to Mrs. Morales, and she's on mute right now, so I could hear her echoing close by.
Hey, I did it. So I wanted to piggyback. I think a question that the families are having is, how do I make sure my son or daughter is successful when they transition into high school? How can they be one of those honor roll students? And so I wanted to go back and really focus on what do we need to do, and really communication is the key to success in high school. So stay informed and communicate with your teachers, with your counselors, parents. It's important that you're checking parent views still. Do that regularly. If you have a question, you can reach out to teachers directly via email. Students should be doing the same. They should be logging into their student view accounts, checking to make sure work is being graded. If they have any missing assignments, they're getting those turned in. So we heavily rely on that system. And then in addition to that, it's really important that students learn to check emails and their Google Classroom sites daily. So in this digital world, a lot of communication is coming to them through that email. And, it's a daily process to stay on top of it and make sure they're not missing out on any really great communications. Ms. Pena, do you have any recommendations?
I think the biggest one is making sure that make sure that your counselor knows your goals and aspirations throughout your high school career so we can best support you with classes. And in regards to teachers, make sure you're building that rapport. Make sure you're talking to them, asking questions. I know sometimes it's really nerve-wracking having that question, but definitely reach out to them. Use their tutoring hours. Realistically, by asking them for help down the road, by the time you're a senior, they might be the person you ask a letter of recommendation from for your future scholarships. So it's always something to look into.
Yeah, ask for help, guys. So don't be afraid. If you're in a classroom, put your hand up, ask for clarification. If you have a question, there's probably 3 or 4 other students that have the same question. So the key to success in high school, be informed, stay in communication with your teachers, and we will help support you along the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Pena.
Thank you.
And who's up next? Ms. Peterson? Awesome.
So I'm going to talk to you. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about essentially what Kai and Kylie talked to you about is how to help your kid get involved. So as a working parent, it was a struggle to manage working and picking up your kid and having them have extra clubs. Here at La Quinta, we try and make it as accessible as possible. Most clubs will meet before school or at lunchtime. Some clubs will only meet once a month. Some will meet every Wednesday at lunchtime, that kind of thing. So it is accessible to all students to join a club. The one good thing that we really want you to know is that we have a club rush that happens usually in October. And it's a big kickoff. It goes down the whole center of our campus and all the clubs will be out there. What's interesting is, like Kylie said, that there's a club for everyone. But if there's not a club that you want to be in, you can create your own club. You just go through the process and get it approved. So there really is the potential to have a club for everyone. My goal is for every student to have 2 clubs, join 2 clubs. One is to see if I'm interested in it. The other one, I'm going to stay in all 4 years and try and move up in the leadership role. And that will help you for scholarships in the future. So, and then if the second club doesn't work, you try another club, you try another club, you try another club, and you can do different clubs all through the school year. So I just want to make sure that your parents and guardians, you're aware that clubs are accessible during the school day. So it's not taken away from family time. And it is very important for that because it helps the students have different groups of friends as they're moving around and growing and changing. Sometimes that's an issue when we get to high school. I think there's a slide, Michelle, if you'll put it up. We just want to, Kylie kind of went over what students can get in. Over on the left side, it shows all the sports that we offer. Then it shows the current clubs that we're offering, and we're coming out of a pandemic, so our clubs I think are a little bit down as far as how many we have. But next year I'm anticipating we'll have more and more clubs. But so there's something for everyone. And the car club, they put on a big car show. So I mean, you'd be surprised at the things that they do in the different clubs. And programs is the next one. I don't know if there's a slide for it or not, but we have programs that students can apply to as a freshman. And when we have the transition meeting, we'll go over that. And so it's the IT where they do coding and cybersecurity and all of that. And we have PSA, MHA, they apply for that their freshman year. Eighth grade year, they apply for culinary or IT, ROTC, which they use that instead of PE. I'm missing one. Oh, multimedia is the other one. We have a really strong chamber singing program. If you like to sing, you want to sign up and audition for that program so that you can get in there and be part of that choir program that we have here. We have a phenomenal band and a wonderful theater. We're having the Great Gatsby right now. There are so many opportunities for your student to reach and grow and move forward. And we'll go over a lot of those things in the transition meeting. So it'll help you like one-on-one understand and kind of see what your kid might want to do. And I think that's for me. And then we're going to go to question and answers. And it looks like there's quite a few questions, Michelle.
Yeah, Ms. Peterson, the first question was, do you have to be, or is it required to be in a club?
So I would like to say yes, but no, it's not. It is preferred. It is encouraged. It is how many ways I can say yes without saying yes. So I think it's to the best benefit of the student to be in at least 2 activities. It could be sports, but at least 2 activities in the campus.
Awesome. And I finally got that website pulled up. So for all of you out there, if you want to dive a little bit further into any of the programs or things we're talking about tonight, we have developed the La Quinta High School Future Freshman site. This is located right off of our main website. And if you go under counseling, you'll see Future Freshman. That applies to you. And all of the information about our specialized programs are here. So you can learn more about the academies and the pathways that we offer. So students are asking in the chat about nursing program and public service academy. You will apply for those in 9th grade. So we will go out and remind you when those applications are open and when you can become part of that and when you can apply. But the Medical Health Academy and Public Service Academy, those start in 10th grade. If you're interested in one of the pathways, Ms. Peterson, how do they apply to culinary, to ROTC, AVID, and the IT program, the ones that start in 9th grade?
So culinary is a pretty impacted program. And so there's going to be an application and an interview. And because there's like 36 slots, and last year there was like 148 students who wanted it. So we have to be really aware and sharing with the incoming freshmen that there's a small pool, but it does start your freshman year. It's a 4-year program. IT, there's an application, a common application. It is on the web page that Ms. Morales was sharing. Multimedia, there's an application as well on there. It's a separate application. If you're interested in technical theater, there's probably maybe 5 to 7 slots available for that. If you're interested in creating that kind of thing, there's like I told you, the chambers, there's an application for that. I think there's an application for band. It is all on our website. All of the CTE programs created videos. Please watch the videos and see what you're really interested in. And don't forget AVID. I really need to punch up AVID. When I worked at university, AVID was the one thing that we noticed put kids ahead in college. So if your kid is in AVID now, encourage them to stay in AVID all 4 years. They do a really nice ceremony senior year celebrating AVID kids. So just be aware that we have a lot of programs. We have AVID. You just need to let your counselor know when you have your meeting, and then we'll make sure they fill out the application and go through that.
Thank you, Ms. Peterson. Let me go ahead, Sean. Let's pull up all the counselors because I see a lot of questions on there too.
Yeah, I just pulled up that question there in regards to AVID and Medical Health Academy.
Yeah,
that question came up a couple of times.
Okay, perfect. I can answer that question there. Can you take Avid and the Medical Health Academy? You do have to choose a pathway or an academy based on, your preference. So we have a 6-period day here at La Quinta High School, and with all your core requirements and graduation requirements, the ability to have 2 electives across all years is not always possible. So you do need to make a choice. So we encourage you to apply to the one you want to get into. And then if your plans do change, if your interests change, there can be a possibility, but priority is going to go to those who apply on time and submit the applications and who commit to the program from the start.
I think the one program that students can be in 2 programs is if you're in ROTC. You have the ability to be in ROTC and pretty much any other program on campus. So maybe not marching band, but other than that, you can pretty much do ROTC and a program.
A question that just came up asking about time management. Is there anything that you guys would recommend in help with these types of things with clubs, sports, and homework and so forth? I would say Avid probably helps out a lot with that.
I believe calendaring. I encourage all of the families that I talk to buy a big calendar and write down all the projects that are due. You can use the agenda that Miss Morales, you get that every year. I like the big calendar for the family so that you're not planning an event when your kid has a big paper due. So just kind of communicating with what you've got going on and what the family wants to do as well, and making sure you can fit all that in together.
I know there's another question on like credits. How many credits are earned each semester? So you can earn up to 30 credits each semester. Of course, you earned 5 credits if you pass the class. We enroll in a total of 6 classes. So that's how you earn your credits.
There's another specific math question in regards to if they're in honors math right now, what math would they take next year?
I can answer that. So we do request recommendations from the middle school math teachers as far as math placement is concerned. So we want to know what would be the best fit. We have our incoming 8th graders are either taking Math 1 college prep, which is what the majority of students will be taking, or we also have the option for them to move into a high school compacted math year 1. And that's the first course of a 2-year sequence. So our compacted math classes, they take through the Math 1, Math 2, Math 3 CP classes and condense them into 2 years. So they move very quickly. And then the third option, we have a few students that will be recommended for Math 2 honors. So we work really closely with the middle schools to get the math recommendations for students to ensure that they have the skills to be successful in the math that they're taking in 9th grade.
And you can see there's another math question there in regards to if they're currently in compact math, what would they take this next year?
It's still the recommendation of the math teacher, but in the past, they usually recommend Math 2 honors, or they have the option of redoing doing compacted math, depending on how they feel.
So you have a couple of sports and PE questions here. I'll go ahead and put them up here. This one regards to 1 year of PE and now substituting for it. And then you also have another question about if sports counts as an elective. So if somebody can just address the PE in sports whole concept.
Mr. No, do you want to answer this one?
Yeah, sure. I can. So typically typically all of our freshmen take PE 1. Some do take weight training, but that is based on their coach's recommendation. After PE 1, for students that aren't participating in athletics, there are some options that students can take for PE their sophomore year, as long as they pass PE 1 with C's or better. So for example, if a freshman passes PE 1 with C's or better, they do have the option of taking dance their sophomore year. But classes like our weight training classes are based on coach's recommendation.
They can also earn PE credit for ROTC and marching band. So you get 1 semester credit of marching band. You can do it all 4 years, and that'll take care of your PE credit.
So jumping from PE, going back to sports, we have a question. Will sports tryouts information be sent via email, or do we need to check the website?
So I made a comment in the chat there. I highly recommend that you join our LQ Athletics Instagram page to get information. But when you visit the Future Freshman website and you go to the athletics page, there is a list of all the coaches for each individual sport, and there's a link to an interest survey. So if you know for sure you want to participate in something and you want to be included on any communications, that would be my number one suggestion, is to reach out to the coach, let them know you're interested in playing so you don't miss on any of those tryout information details.
Probably the biggest issue that students have is they don't get their physical in time, their clearance. So make sure that you get your clearance ASAP, so that if they start practicing in the summer, your student has an opportunity to be involved in that.
Yeah, so that would be for all of our fall sports. So if your student's interested in playing football, cross country, I know I'm going to forget some here. But thank you. Any of the fall sports, the physical clearance information, the form that you need is on the website. And we also offer a few opportunities here on site so that students can come to our site to get those. But those are few, and a lot of the urgent cares in the area offer the sports physicals.
Do have one question in regards to dance. If they're in dance at the middle school right now, what does that look like at the high school?
So our dance classes, there's a prerequisite for them to complete PE1, because there are state standards that students need to complete that are incorporated into PE1. So in 9th grade, you have to successfully complete PE1 before you're eligible to take dance performance here at the high school level in 10th, 11th, or 12th grade. We do have other opportunities for dance. So we have an amazing dance team. I encourage you all to go and watch them perform. But that's a tryout team, so they're a competitive dance team. And then we also have our cheer squad, who does an amazing job as well.
And Michelle, just to add to that, the dance team and cheer team tryouts are typically in the spring. So April and May is typically when they are. So again, check the website just to make sure that you're up to date on when those things will be happening.
So switching subjects a little bit, we're going to go to foreign language. There's 2 questions. Is there advanced foreign language? And then another question, if a student is in Spanish 3 honors currently, what language will they start with at La Quinta?
Nicole, do you want to answer that one? Because I know it's changing.
Yeah, I can answer that one. We do have higher level options for Spanish. We are transitioning to increase the number of IB Spanish options that we have for our students. And so there is availability. However, IB classes cannot be taken until junior year. And so we have different options, and we're kind of in the process of changing a few of those pathways. So we'll probably have more information for you that's more specific during your freshman transition meeting to help you pick the class that is right for your son or your student.
And I think that kind of answers this next question. They're asking about summer school, but it sounds like that freshman transition meeting will be the best option for you to evaluate.
Yes, we did last year. So La Quinta High School will be hosting their own summer school this year, just like we did last year. We're really excited about that. And we also, we did have a freshman bridge program. We had about 70 students participate in the freshman bridge program last year. And we look forward to offering that same opportunity to freshmen this year. There were 3 components to that freshman bridge program. Students got some social emotional learning and kind of exposure to the campus and some fun activities of what La Quinta High School is all about. They also had a math component and an English component to kind of hone in on some skills that are necessary for them to be successful their freshman year in both math and English. So we'll be offering the same opportunity. We hope to expand it. It is a 3-week opportunity for students. So it could be semester 1 or semester 2 of summer school. And we hope to have double the number of students that we had participate from last year. So again, a freshman transition meeting conversation, and we'll also send information out to the middle schools.
Okay, and I think we have one last question. It's what's the difference between honors and AP classes?
So in honors class, I can talk about it. An honors class, you typically take as a 9th grader or a 10th grade student to prepare you for those AP courses that you can enroll in 11th grade year or 12th grade year. So there's a little bit more rigor, but it's not something that is impossible. We definitely encourage our students to, challenge themselves and take an honors course, either in 9th grade or 10th grade year, especially if you feel that you will be taking IB courses or EP courses during your 11th and 12th grade year. So typically 9th and 10th grade students take honors classes.
Okay. Thank you much. And I want to say you guys addressed pretty much everything here. Any of the other questions that have come through, I believe, would be answered during your freshman meetings and so forth, but because they seem a little bit more personal. But I want to say you guys did an amazing job. You got well over 140 people watching in the next class. So I applaud La Quinta High School for doing this. And thank you.
Thanks
Okay.
so much for being the host, Mr. Webb. Students, we're so looking forward to seeing you. Have a great night.
Good night. Thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you. Okay, guys, we're now